So I put this drawer in so you can see the color where it's exposed to the air, where it's darker. And if you can see the color of the inside of the long drawer, it's the same wood, it's the same highboy, but that shows the difference of the, you know, from the smoke. I think it's mostly smoke, because there are records where a house, an 18th century house, would burn as much as 44 cords of wood in a winter. So think about how much smoke that they want, you know, and that's why in 18th century houses, a lot of the ceilings, the open ceilings are very dark. They started out the color of freshly cut wood, but that's a lot of smoke. 44 cord, you know, times 30 years. My God, that's over 1,000 cords of wood.
Forest.
That's a forest being burned in their fireplaces, and every time there's a downdraft, you get a little smoke into the room. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this one back.
Before we do, let me just mention the feet.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So as we go all the way down from the top, we get down to the bottom. And usually, or sometimes when we get to the bottom of the piece, I go, geez, why didn't we start at the bottom? Because you find a lot of your damage and restoration to the feet. It bore the weight, it got the wear, it was used more often, and if there was some rot or some bugs got into the feet, then they'll be replaced there. But what we see on this is a beautiful polish on the bottom of the feet, really nice soft texture, and the original tool marks that are probably pretty hard to see from back there. But this whole leg is carved, but before it's carved, it's put into a lathe. And the bottom of that foot is turned on a lathe just to get this little kind of teacup shape, to get this unturned underpad and that round foot, and then the whole leg is carved after that to form the cabriole leg. There's an old kind of antique dealer's rule of thumb that I really like, that 80% of the value of your antique is in the first 2 inches. So coming up from the floor, those first 2 inches, that's where most of the value is, because that's where you'll find most of the restoration. So, like I said, sometimes I wish, geez, we should have started at the foot. Would have saved some time, but this one is pure from the top to the bottom.
So this is another highboy. It belongs to a friend who let us borrow it for the day. And so we're going to take this one apart, and you're going to find more inconsistencies. There's that word again.
Okay?
No, we have to look at the piece first.
Okay.
When we, because the thing, it has to fall together first, right? It has to, all the elements have to work. It can't be Kevin's legs on my body. You know, it ain't gonna work. So, you know, so we walk in and we look at it, and so right off the bat, there's something that sort of makes me a little wonder, okay? From here up, it's pure Colchester school. That is Colchester, as if it was made right here in the center of town. But this type of fan or shell is a little, not quite for Colchester. And this one down here just doesn't fit. That doesn't exclude it, but it's a red light. So, you know, we need to really look at this closer. And this, which is fluted center plinth for the center finial, is also a little odd. So we see some idiosyncrasies, inconsistencies, but so it sets up notice that we have to really look close, okay? All right, what can we do with finials?
Well, the one thing to have our open debate here, the apron, though, is of a Colchester school design. This tripartite apron is something that, with the 2 drops flanking the 3 seam curved scroll centers, that is also classic Colchester design. So there is some connection between the top and the bottom. If we saw this design of the apron on it with the scrolled center drop, then, then we'd see a red light. Maybe we're seeing a yellow light with the fans and the style of the fans. But for me, I see maybe a yellow light with the fans, but the scroll work of the base and the bonnet, shape of the bonnet, this really steep sided arch to it. It's not as classical, not as graceful, flowing curve. In Colchester, they use this really steep sided bonnet. So both the shape of the bonnet and the shape of the apron, to me, speak about New London County Colchester school design.
Then, while I'm standing off to the side and Kevin's talking, we're looking at each other, I see something that bothers me. Usually this, we call this fascia board, is one piece of wood. And it continues right up, and many times you'll find a crack right here and right here from shrinkage. Or expands and contracts. That is very common because that wood gets really thin right there. But there's a seam right here and a seam right here that matches the top of the draw. And I think, yellow light, a blinking yellow light. Okay, so I'll say that something strange there. We gotta really look at that.
And like I said, you'll often see cracks in the fascia board, but when you look at this, these are straight horizontal lines. That's not a crack. That's a seam.